Hello, my name is Luis Vasquez, and today I'm going to show you how to plot graphs with LaTeX using the Tik Z package in Overleaf. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're also using the PGF plots package. This is going to actually create the graph as a Tik Z picture. So every individual plot is going to be contained within the following syntax. I'm going to begin a Tik Z picture, begin an axis, and the axis, and end the Tik Z picture. And if we recompile this, we should get a empty plot. There we go. With the following code, we can actually also change the size of the plots to the height and width we want. So that's going to be PGF plot set with the height and width as desired. If we recompile this, we should see the plot size change. There you go. All right, so next I'm actually going to add um, a simple function so we can actually play around with and see some of the functionalities that Tik Z and PGF plots can do here. So we're going to add plot. I have two brackets here as so. First thing I want to define is the domain. And based on this, we're just going to make that 0 to 1. You can set this, but you probably don't want to set it too wide so that you're graphing and calculating points that aren't there, of course. So, but this is really good for making stepwise functions or controlling where the function starts and ends if you need that. So we're just going to do 0 to 1 samples. So this is, how it's linear. Well, not linearly. I'm not sure how the actual approximation works, but, the sample points are calculating to make this to numerically approximate this function. And we're going to set that to 100. That should be enough. Here we can also set the color, right? And we're going to set that to, for now, let's just try red. And so let's just try a simple function here. So the syntax that goes into here is actually different than the syntax that you'd usually use for LaTeX, is you actually want to give it a specific code to run. So in order to do a sine function, which is going to be our example for now, you need to put degree x rather than just x here for it to properly work. So we're just going to recompile here and see what we get. Oop. That should be the error. No? Ah, forgot a bracket. There we go. So yeah, now we have the first part of a sine wave. Okay, so let's actually change our domain here so we can see the whole sine, or at least one cycle of it. All right. Since we have the axes empty, it automatically scales to fit what we want. The next thing we're gonna do is change out these axes a little bit. So I don't particularly like having the axes all around for this. So let's set them to the left, recompile, and we get this. You can also label these axes. So the x-axis we're going to call x, and for the y-axis, instead of just calling it y for the sake of example, let's use sine of x. And here I'm using the regular LaTeX equation um, syntax. Let's recompile, see what we get. Looks like that. So I see one thing I still don't like, which is though we have this x-axis starting in what looks like -1, it's really just the bottom of the graph for this, automatically defined range, which we can set here too as well. But I don't particularly like that. So let's go ahead and move this axis so it's in the middle. So what if we did this? Let's change this to center and see how that looks like. That seems to have fixed our problem.